Hi everyone, Kevin here from Golf Guy Reviews, and in this video today we're going to take a closer look at the Puma Ignite PWRadapt crafted golf shoes. Now these currently retail here in the UK for £120 and they are based on the pre-existing PWRadapt range that Puma released last year. But these are the crafted versions, so there's a few unique design elements on these to make these look that extra bit special. So we're going to take a closer look at these shoes today, and I'm also going to let you know how they fit and feel on feet. Now, unfortunately, we are still in lockdown here in the UK, so I haven't been able to actually test these out on the golf course, but I have been able to wear them around the house, and I have reviewed the PWRadapt before. So if you're interested in a full in-depth review, I'll include a full link down in the description below. But in this video today, we're just gonna take a closer look at some of these design elements because these look absolutely stunning. I don't know about you, but a gum sole on a white shoe, mwah. So if you do enjoy this video today, make sure you smash that like button. And if you are thinking about buying a pair of these for yourself, then I've included my affiliate links down below in the description. But for now, let's jump straight in. Now, first things first, before we talk about the unique design elements for these crafted Puma golf shoes, I've got to tell you that in terms of fit, if you are thinking about buying a pair of these do seem to run a bit long. So I would definitely recommend going half the size down. Now, I will cover off the rest of the fit and the comfort of these shoes, as well as that unique PWRadapt traction system down on the bottom a little bit later on in the video. But for now, let's take a closer look at the actual look and style and design of these shoes, because fundamentally, that's what this range is all about. Puma have used what they've called the crafted range to add some unique kind of leather elements as well as some other style designs to really make these stand out a little bit on the course, definitely stand out from the other Puma golf shoes that they have in their range, but definitely to get them that kind of a bit more of a premium look, which I think just kind of looking overall, they've definitely got a bit more of a premium look about them because you've got a lot of different, style elements and textures being used on these shoes. And I think personally, in this white colorway, these are gonna look absolutely cracking in the summer. But if you're not a fan of this white, gray and gold colorway, then they have got a darker version as well as a navy and tan version as well. Now we've got to start by taking a closer look at this leather saddle. Now, normally on the PWRadapt golf shoes, this is actually a TPU PWRcage. That's Puma's way of describing it, not mine. I wouldn't call it a power cage, but that's the way that they've called it. So normally there is a kind of quite significant bit of TPU strapping right on the outside and the inside of the shoe to help with the stability. So what they've done here is that they've replaced that for this leather material instead. So you've got it both on the outside and on the inside. So in terms of stability, that might potentially detract a little bit. The TPU does feel a little bit more structured and a little bit firmer, but it still definitely adds a good amount of kind of resistance on the inside and the outside of the foot there. So hopefully you shouldn't really have any issues when it comes to the stability of these shoes out on the course, but I'll definitely be interested to test it out when I can finally actually get them out on the course myself. As you can see, what's nice with these as well is that not only have you got the leather element there, but you have got the Puma logo there in that kind of reflective gold, and you've also got the PWRadapt logo on the back there, again with that kind of gold print as well. So again, it just gives it a nice extra bit of colour on the shoe, and you've also got the similar kind of gold there on the tongue tab as well as on the heel tab. You can see you've got some kind of little bit of detailing on the shoe there, so you can just kind of see that wave going across the front there of the shoe. And I'm not entirely sure whether this is actual leather. I know this bit of the shoe, the saddle, is definitely leather. I'm not sure whether or not this upper is a synthetic leather or not. It might be a leather actually from the old sniff test, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But Puma are giving you a 1 year's waterproof guarantee with these shoes. What's really quite cool with the shoes as well is as you move from the front where you've got the smooth upper, you actually then get this kind of honeycomb embossed print on the rear of the shoe. And you can see it's got all these kind of like little dots on the inside of each of the hexagonal prints there. So again, that's a kind of really nice little texture element to the shoe and just kind of gives it a little bit more depth. And again, I think it looks really cool. You can see on the back as well, you've got quite a large leather heel pull on the back there to kind of give it a little bit more texture. And on the inside of the shoe, I would say it's actually kind of a little bit muted. So yes, you've got this grey leather strap, but actually you've not got too much going on with the look of the shoe. With the PWRadapt crafted, you've also got a kind of one-piece booty construction on the inside. So as you can see here, if I hold it closer, you've actually got a different material again on that heel and ankle area there. So you can see it does come up quite high on the back of the heel, but it is nice and soft. So in terms of fit and feel, I don't necessarily get any problems from it. There's not a massive amount of padding to it. The tongue is quite thin, as is kind of, yeah, all round really on this booty construction. But you can see there that it has got a slightly kind of different texture there. It is a much softer, more padded material. What I would say about these is that area could get quite dirty. So you might not want to be using these in, you know, the real kind of muddy conditions that we can get here in the UK. The laces that they've included are quite thin, if I'm being entirely honest. I would have maybe liked perhaps a thicker or, you know, just a kind of maybe higher quality feeding lace. Now, what I do really love about these shoes, as I mentioned before, is that gum sole. So you can just kind of get a hint of it there when you look at it on the side profile. And for me personally, I just absolutely love it when you get a white sneaker or a white golf shoe and then you get that gum sole. I think it just looks absolutely class. Taking a quick look at the midsole, and you can see here that Puma are using their full length Ignite foam. Now I've got to say that it is nice and comfortable, this foam. Personally, it's not quite as soft as something like an Adidas Boost or even a Nike React, but it is very, very much getting there. So it is nice and comfortable, this golf shoe. Not a problem walking 18 holes in these when I reviewed the full Puma Ignite caged versions of these shoes. So I have no reason to doubt that this would be any different. And just wearing them around the house, they do feel nice and soft underfoot. You've also got a nice bit of patterning on the shoe there, so you can kind of see the arrows pointing towards the front, and then they just kind of fade out and get a little bit fainter towards the front of the shoe there. And you can see on the back, you've just got the Ignite logo there. So if we take a quick look at that sole, as the name suggests, it is using Puma's PWRadapt technology. So you have got the 7 spikes here, and if you look closely, you can see that they are individually housed. So what that means is that they can all move independently of each other here in these kind of little disc areas there, I suppose. And that is Puma's PWRadapt technology. And the whole purpose of it is that it's designed to give you, as Puma say, as good a grip as possible when you're on uneven surfaces. And of course, when you're out playing golf, it's always an uneven surface. Now, one thing I've said in the past with the PWRadapt system is that when you're walking on really, really hard surfaces, so for example, if you're just walking on a path on some concrete, going to the course, for example, or to the tee, I should say, then sometimes you can just slightly feel the position of some of the spikes and the housing unit beneath them. It's not uncomfortable, I've got to stress that. It's just that you can feel it. And it's something, to be honest, that you get used to pretty quickly when wearing these shoes. But out on the golf course, out on the turf, these give really, really good grip and are very, very comfortable indeed. In terms of the fit of these shoes, as I mentioned at the beginning, these do run long, so I would recommend going half a size down. I'm usually a UK 9 and I've gone for an 8.5 here and they fit me great. In terms of the width, then I would say they're kind of medium, average. I wouldn't say that they are the widest shoes in the world, but equally, they're not really, really massively kind of hugging my feet. They're just nice and comfortable, to be honest. So if you've got a super, super wide foot and that's something that you're concerned about, then maybe these might not necessarily be the shoes for you. But generally, if you've got an average size foot, I would say that these are actually quite nice and comfortable. And they sit in that nice kind of middle ground of not hugging too tightly, but equally not, you know, having too much space in the shoes. This kind of section at the heel here that I did point out at the beginning doesn't bother me whatsoever, doesn't kind of cause me any blistering. It comes up, yes, it comes up quite high at the rear, but it is really nice and soft and flexible, so I don't have any issues with that. And as I mentioned, they do feel really nice and soft underfoot. The upper also feels quite nice and soft. Doesn't feel like really you're gonna need much breaking in. They probably are gonna crease a bit across that toe box. I do kind of find that with Puma golf shoes when they have this kind of leather upper, but generally in terms of the fit and feel, it is nice and comfortable. So there you go, that's my close-up look of the Puma Ignite PWRadapt crafted golf shoes. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then make sure you smash that like button. And as I mentioned, if you are thinking about buying these, I've included my affiliate links down in the description below. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are thinking about buying a pair of Puma Spiked golf shoes, then why not check out my full review of the Puma Ignite PWRadapt caged golf shoes.